keep doing what we've been doing and keep up the same work. We're building something good here, but yeah, bring the same effort.
How proud are you of your guys' 5-on-5 play right now? I think you're tied for the top goal differential at 5-on-5 in the league.
Oh, didn't know that. It's a good. It's a good thing. I think we have been playing good, but then again, it doesn't come easy. So we got to bring it tonight.
Please, first 15 times you get to wear the vintage jersey. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they're so popular with the fans, and how much do you guys like wearing them?
I think they look the best. Yeah.
You played 27 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Does it feel like that? Like in a game, do you know the difference between 25 and 27?
No, I was just more sore the day after. But no, I mean, then thinking back of it, it was a lot of special teams, so obviously that raised my playing time. But no, I was just so into it, I didn't even realize till after the game that I played so much.
What do you take away from the game in Nashville last week and seeing these guys again tonight?
Yeah, we remember we played a really good game. The score was tight, but we defended well. Just today, score on the chances we create, because we created a lot that game.
How much of a difference has it made having Ilya back on your line?
He's made a huge impact. I mean, he's speedy out there. He creates space for both me and Kusi. So it's good to have him back, and see him in his score sheet sometimes too.
Are you impressed by the way he's come back, given the severity of that surgery, the ACL?
No, not really, because I've seen how much work he has put down off the ice, the stuff you don't see. So he's been, but yeah, then that he's found his touch right away, maybe. But he's been looking good. He's a great player for us. So.
What does it mean when you see a guy work like that, given that they're away from the game and how difficult it is to not be playing?
No, it's good to see. I mean, I've been in that position too. Not can't play and just eager to get back. So yeah, it's good to have him back and not see him in the gym all the time.
Yeah. You guys talk a lot about day by day and having it be so business-like here, but are you able to gain some momentum with how you guys are playing lately?
I think so. But we just gotta think game by day or game by game. Tonight is Nashville. We played 2 good games this weekend, but that's history now, and we just gotta try bring it again tonight.
We haven't seen a picture of your Halloween costume. Do you want to share what you were for Halloween?
No, that's it wasn't anything crazy, but yeah.
Okay. We've talked about the fact that you're building something good here, and it certainly looks like that, and the record would indicate that. It feels too like the power play hasn't really clicked yet. Like, I mean, do you sort of see it that way, that there's still room to build and grow in what you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's been okay so far, but the last 2 games hasn't clicked as well as we hoped to. But we looked at it. Hopefully, we can be more successful tonight, because special team wins you games.
Does it feel different with the way you guys are playing defense, like late in the game, where you feel like maybe you have a little more control than you have in previous years?
Yeah, I mean, results speaks for itself so far, but then I think everyone's more confidence, and the coaching staff lay us a good plan for us on how we want to defend. So I think it goes hand in hand with all the work everyone's doing, all from players to coaches.
About the top players, you guys have been producing since opening night. Just how important is that when you try to establish a culture and get off to a different type of success than you've had the last few years, that the top players do what you guys have been doing?
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's where we should do. We should score the points, but it's. But on the hand, I think all lines has been contributed, not only in points, but I think the whole lineup has been playing well. So he's got to keep that up and get things to happen.
How important is that in terms of building momentum as a team, where every line chips in and it's a shift-to-shift momentum that carries forward throughout a game?
I mean, it's tough to play against. You wear down teams. If you continue playing like that, maybe teams will slip up quick and we get a scoring chance. So it's tired to play against. So that's what we're trying to do.
When it comes to the messaging for the team going into this game, what are you guys talking about? What are you preparing for with the Predators again?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of different messages. For me, is how do you handle prosperity? Things are going pretty good. Coming off the loss, how do you handle that? Like emotional game. There's a lot of different, factors involved. That's why, every day we talk about every day you're in your day. So that's no different than today.
Rick, it makes you look tougher, but it also results in more penalties being assessed against teams in
Yeah.
black demonstrably over large samples. Is that, do you have to tune
Talking
up
about
on
the Raiders
the PK?
and all those teams over the days. You definitely look bigger, right? I don't know. Do you buy into that?
Statistically, like
Wow.
you are assessed more penalties if you're wearing black in the NHL.
Wow. That makes sense. That does make sense. But you look bigger, though. So there's a trade-off. There's a trade-off.
With your lineup tonight, Stanika and Juleson out, Demko starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it important when your team is rolling to sort of make a meal of it, to keep it going for as long as you can, given, how things sort of ebb and flow over the
Yeah.
course of 82?
No, I think in an 82-game schedule, good teams know how to deal with the word prosperity. You get loose. You win some games, you get loose. You got to be careful of that stuff. So we're in that mode. We haven't been in this situation very often in the last 4 or 5 months or 6 months, as long as we've been here. So how are we going to handle it? That's really the question. And the leadership has done a nice job. I think they've taken a big chunk of that to make sure that doesn't happen. So hopefully we all kind of make each other accountable when it comes to that.
Rick, you talk a lot about building. At what point do you feel a particular brick is laid and you're ready to continue to the next level through this building? I know we're less than 10 games in, but do you take it like that there's a brick, we've got our 5-on-5
Right.
play's been good, let's continue to grow from there?
Yeah, anytime we've struggled at some, we've really dialed in it, whether it's practice or meetings. And I think what I like is we've improved on those categories. My question is, okay, whether we're good or not, how do we become great? That's the next level, the next bricks that we're trying to get at. So, that's a question that I ask the players and the coaches. How do we become great? That's the next level. So that's the way we look at it right now.
Rick, do you feel that your bottom six is about to break through offensively? I know they're doing other things for you, but you'd like to have them contribute. Are you seeing signs of that happening?
Yeah, what I like about them is St. Louis, especially St. Louis game and the Ranger game. There was a lot of specialty teams, and the way they reacted, not getting out there at certain chunks of time, that to me means that, hey, these guys are doing a hell of a job. Like, that's hard to sit on a bench for 6 minutes and go and then spin your wheels and try to be part of the flow again. That's hard, and I think they've done a nice job of going out there and changing the momentum. Like I said, some guys are getting 10 minutes because of they don't play like power play or penalty kill. If there wasn't as many penalties and stuff, they'd probably be at 13, 14 or somewhere in there. But, I got to get that fourth line out there more. I know it, especially when it's a non-event game of penalties. But I got to give them credit. That's hard to do. We've all done it as a player, to sit there for long periods of time. Then the coach says, get out there, and then spin your wheels. It's tough.
Are you an old school guy? You got to wear one of the all-time great uniforms when you played for the Flyers. This logo here, this skate, this black jersey seems to have really hit home for the generation who weren't around when it first came out. Why do you think it's so popular with the fans of this market?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a cool look. I mean, I love the black and orange when I played for the Flyers. That was a great jersey for me, and I think it's a great look. And like I said, you look bigger. Hopefully it doesn't give us penalties though. I don't even know why you brought that up. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah.
Rick, on Dakota, just to clarify, he's in tonight, Dakota?
Yeah, he's in. Yep.
It's interesting with him too. I know you review a lot of film with him. I'm not sure whether you know this, but last year in December in San Jose, in the first period, he played .220. He had 2 goals and a fight, and he had a hat-trick goal called back. And the funny thing, even after that night, he said, "Listen, that was great, but I haven't done it since." So. You're very direct with him, and I know he appreciates that. What's the message to him?
I just think that he's a guy that he knows how much I love the kid, and how much I have a high standard for him. I think he's a guy in our organization. He's big, he can penalty kill. We need those type of guys, and he can get on the forecheck. He knows there's a piece of pie there for him, and I want him to go get it. And I think some games he's not there sometimes, and and I think he's just trying to, he's 26, what is he, 26, 27? He's got to find consistency. But he knows how much I want him on this team. I want him to contribute. So sometimes it's a little tough love, and I need a little bit more from him. That's all, and he knows it, to drive play.
Rick, we hear a lot about day by day from the players and business, but like, how do you build momentum? It feels like you guys are playing the way that you want to play over the last couple of games here.
I think for our first period tonight is how you build it. Is you stay with the identity of the team. We're trying to be stingy. We're limited shots the last 3-4 games, which I like. Now can we get more on the other end? Is there more there, more offensive opportunities? And I think there is. And it's just not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 guys. It's 5 connected, and there's some parts of our game that I really like offensively, and we're getting chances, and sometimes we're a little stagnant. But saying that, if you're stagnant a little bit, at least you're not giving up stuff, which is a key for us.
With today being Halloween, I'm curious if you have a favorite Halloween costume that you ever wore in your life.
That's a good question. Not really. No, I don't. I'm trying to think. I think I was a pirate a couple times when I was a kid. I was actually.
What's the go-to candy then?
Candy?
Chips, yeah.
Salt and vinegar chips and O. Henry bars. Try not to eat too many of those. Those are good questions. I love these questions. These will finally get some good ones now.
The O. Henry bars go with the jersey then. So.
Yeah.
How much has Brock adapted this year to play more of the kind of game that you want?
Yeah, I think for Brock, for me, is like the relationship we have is like he's a studious guy. I didn't know that. Like he really knows the game. I'll be honest, in practice, he's probably one of the guys I want him to start a drill. Like he's one of my top 3 guys. He very rarely screws up a drill. And I think I put him out the last minute of games. I think that's really got him confidence in what I want. Puck along the walls. He's starting to win those battles a lot more than he did last year. And I did that on purpose with last minute. I wanted him to go out there. I could have easily put somebody else. I could have put Giuseppe Millsy and somebody else at the last minute, but I kept him. And I think he's got that big empty net goal for us. He's done a nice job when we were up a goal. I think if Brock just continues to embrace got to get on that forecheck, get it play inside consistently, he can really be a factor for us this year.
So if he can do that and continue to build that element of his game with the IQ that you're talking about and his obvious skill, how good could he be in this league?
Yeah, I mean, that's another level, right, for him. Like where he can just be that, I hate to say it, a two-way winger. Like he's just not a shooter. Since I've been here, I hear he's a shooter, but I see more. I see more of a guy that can play a 200-foot game. And like I said, there's elements of the time in a game where we really need somebody to dig in and battle that puck out or battle to make that play. And I'm seeing that a lot more this year than I saw last year. And I think his headspace is so good this summer. He's dealt with some stuff in the past. He's got some peace with that. And you can see that he's more free in his mind, and he's being successful. I mean, he's getting a lot of points, right? And but to me, it's just his mental aspect, his mindset. He's so free out there. I think, personally.
Brock included, just the consistent production you've been getting from your top players.
Yeah.
How important is that when you're trying to establish a culture that the top guys do what you expect of them?
Yeah, I appreciate the PDs and Mills, Huggy and Demp, and they were great before me. I just appreciate what they've done, like how they played so well for us. Even before me. So it's not because of me. I just told them how much they're buying in. Now it's to get the next. How do we get to the next level, right? Points and getting points are great, but how do we win games and be consistent? And what can they do to inspire their teammates too? That's another thing that they're getting better at too. Inspiring your teammates.
Rick, just Teddy Bluger update. Has he been on skates yet?
Yeah, I think he saw the doctor. I think yesterday, and he's going to be skating here, like whether it's tomorrow or it's going to be like very soon. Which can't wait to see him put the skates on. It really will add a lot to our team.